Good evening, everyone.
Oh, no, you're not, Becky. I was there first.
Oh well, all this sort of arguing over who's first and who's
First.
so yes, and I've renamed the Wednesday stream to Whatever Wednesday because we talk about whatever we want
We know.
within reason, obviously.
Oh,
I've never got no set agenda. It's just basically going with the flow. People that come in the chat, and as you do, we talk about whatever. You know what I mean? So I thought, well, why not call it Whatever Wednesday? Yeah, Johnny says, yeah, within reason. So yeah, hiya Johnny, by the way.
Hello, Johnny lad.
So I did ask Tracy earlier on because we were chatting, and I says, "Is Johnny feeling any better?" So she said, "Yes, he feels a lot better." So yeah, it's whatever we want to talk about, whatever. You know what I mean? Same as I say, within reason, though. So if she says it's past her inspection. Yeah, but this, do you feel all right, Johnny? Do you feel better? Have you had anything to eat? Do you feel more like your old self? So yes. Mr. P is abstaining from alcohol tonight because he's had alcohol 2 nights on trot. So he says, I think I'll abstain tonight and just drink the coffee. So
Save
yeah.
it for Saturday and for Sunday when we beat Spurs.
Oh, it says 100% fine now. Done a mega workout earlier. That's good then, Johnny.
You started again then, Johnny. Did you get another 2 bottles?
Unpoisoned, he says. Unpoisoned. But it's one of these things, Johnny. It's a lesson learned. You'll not be doing that again in a hurry, if you know what I mean. So, but as they say, we all learn from our mistakes. So yeah. I don't know, but in your end, your west end of Yorkshire, but it's been absolutely piddling it down again today.
Non-stop.
It says no more till his birthday in March. I thought we were going to have to get canoe out. Well, the canoe that we ain't got. But luckily, where we live on sort of a slope, so I mean we won't get flooded anyway. But yeah, rain with a hint of rain. Exactly. So yeah, we're sort of in the lucky position that we're sort of on a bit of a slope, so it sort of bypasses our road when it rains and flows down. I am John. How are you? So yeah, that's sort of one of the benefits of living where we do. It's because see our estate, it's like a horseshoe shape. It goes round in a circle, and but we're sort of right in middle where where it's sloping. So anyway, less the geography lesson, and yeah, I'm going to say it's not so much we can see it running past Johnny, but the fact is, like low land in Sheffield, when we have rain, non-stop rain like this, tends to get a bit flooded. But you know, we're in lucky position that we're sort of, you know, I don't think our road will ever get flooded.
No.
So you know, it's why would we want to talk about tarmac? Oh dear. But you've left I forgot my mojo now. What I was gonna say. I don't know. I forgot now. Could have been important, otherwise I wouldn't have forgot where I was saying.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Got to start somewhere. Yeah, and unless there's a tsunami off Lady Bower Dam.
I wanted to put to Sammy, but I couldn't spell it.
That's what you've got me for, sweetheart.
I know, but then spoil what I'm putting there.
So yeah, if you didn't hear that, he says he wanted to put tsunami, but he didn't know how to spell it.
We Google what's it when coming up.
Yeah, he's Google spell checker. He says I don't know. We've got to start somewhere, but yes. Hiya, Becky. How are you?
Hello, Becky.
You know, I don't know where they got this this weather forecast that we're having the beast from the east, more like a wave from the rave or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know where's that's come from, because I've not seen any of it. Have you? So, well, I tell you something. This damp weather ain't not doing me any favours with my knees and whatever. I have joined you in the bold depot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bald is BALD. Not
enough.
bold.
Close enough.
I'm a monkey and you're a beer. So yes,
cheeky monkey.
Yeah, I gave him the once over on his head today, on his bonce, whatever you want to call it.
I hope that beer's an upgrade from being a pig.
So yes, so he's he had the haircut today. Bold laundry detergent. Oh, by the way, Amjad, I know I didn't comment on your wax melts thing, but I noticed you'd had a haircut as well. So it must be in the water, because I gave Chris a haircut today. So I do notice these things, Amjad. Amjad's motorbike tonight. So yeah, I do notice these things, and it's very nice, if I must say so myself, Amjad. So yeah, we want coffees tonight. Hiya, Tracy. How are you? Guess what Tracy told me to do this afternoon, because I said I'd only had the one. Well, I think I've had 3 altogether now.
What, coffees?
No, them.
Get you some munching them.
I didn't watch it all, Amjad, because I were in the middle of something. So I sort of watched bits and bobs of it. Yeah, she told me to put a few aside for myself. So you and Callum didn't eat it. But oh wait, Chris, you look as but yes. Hey up, is that Benny scratching at the door? She says, I told her Chris to put a few away for herself. She did. She says, put some away. But the thing is, Tracy, is where to hide them where they can't find them. And then if I hide them, I'll probably not be able to find them myself. Baker's rights. Hey, that's a good one. I'm invoking my baker's rights. I'm buying some Amazon tonight. You have a link so you can profit. Unfortunately, Becky, I'm not affiliated with Amazon. I really ought to do this affiliate link or paid promotion type of thing, but it's knowing what to do. Or there's another thing, Tracy. I could bake some, not tell them I've baked some, and have the whole stash to myself. But yeah, no, I'm not affiliated with Amazon. I just buy a lot from Amazon. Chris says I should have shares in Amazon with how much I've spent on Amazon. In fact, I'm putting an order in tonight. Which reminds me, Tracy, I need your address so I can order you them Dario molds and send them straight to your address. Good thinking. Well, you see, it's a baker's mind, you see, Tracy. You have to have that baker's mind. You should. I buy there too. And Chris, I've got a clue how you get affiliated. So, but you see, a lot of the places where I get the recipes, they have affiliations to Amazon because they put the links into the tins that they've used, the equipment that they're using. She can have baker's rights on 3. I've got eater's rights on the rest. No, you did your taste testing last night, dear. Okie dokie then, Tracy. Because I'm... we got to fight for your right to party. Oh dear. But I'm just gonna put the link in just in case Johnny fancies coming up. I mean, you don't have to, but I just thought I'll put it in there anyway. So I forgot what I was going to say again now. You've only said that because if you remember, Callum ate one last night while they were still warm. Now he's had several today, and he says to me, he says somehow he says they don't taste as nice as when they're warm. Not that they taste horrible, but they don't taste the same as when they're warm. I think that's what he was trying to get at. He was saying they taste better when they're warm than they are. Oh, lemon sherbet. I bet that smells nice, Amjad. So, but yeah. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, they're not going to taste any different whether it's warm or whether it's cold. Put it that way. And I must say, I mean, I know I'm blowing my own trumpet and blowing Tracy's trumpet, but I think the coconut added that bit of, I don't know, I kind of describe. Instead of being tempted to eat, I burn a candle. That's a good idea, Johnny. So yeah, you know what I mean? It just gave it that, I'm going to be posh here, that je ne sais quoi, if anybody knows what that means. You could taste the coconut in it, but it weren't overpowering. But yeah, just that hint of coconut gave it that, you know, just gave it that little bit of an edge. They're doing a swap shop here. He's told Amjad to send him some candles and he's going to send him some luxury bog rolls. But yeah, I mean, I did, as daft as it seems, I was looking at the Mardi Gras lemon slice, and I thought, now, should I bake it or shouldn't I? I thought, well, no, because this greedy lot will be there in like a rat out of an aqueduct. Had a box of 36 delivered from Amazon, so you can barter with them now, can you, Johnny? He's bartering loo rolls. So yeah, I sort of looked at recipe and then I thought, no, I'll wait till cookies has gone before I start baking again. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's only going to be 2 degrees tomorrow.
It'll be what?
2.
Oh, it's mankini weather.
Yeah. Gonna order another box in 2 weeks. If we're all gonna die, I'm gonna have a shiny clean butt. Oh dear. But I've just got to do the other ones. Yeah. I've just got to do Callum's here now because this is sort of getting a bit long as well. But normally when I cook Chris's hair, it gets shut all the grey hair because it's like just at bottom and just behind his ears, the grey hair. But I've shaved his head or shaved his hair and the grey's still there. So, you know, I mean, that's sort of, you know, I says, it ain't got shut at grey hair this time. Unfortunately, it's still there. So, you know, it's, you know, unfortunately, I can't do anything about that. You know, you just have to put up with the grey hair, unfortunately. I go back to skin no hair, no problem. But yeah, Chris has a grade, what is it, a grade 1? So, but yeah, you know, he, normally when I cut it, it gets, with it just being like at back and round his ears, it gets shut of the grey hairs, but unfortunately it ain't got shut of it this time. So, but you see, Chris's perception of long hair is about 1 centimetre long. You know what I mean? And he'll sit there and he'll say, my hair's getting long, I need it cutting, blah, blah, blah. And I keep saying, well, mine's long. You know, it's halfway down my back. You know, your perception of long hair ain't the same perception as mine. You know, I look at your hair and it's about 1 centimetre long, you know, and that's short to me. Cheers, Tracy.
I got to 60 hair, you cheeky gay.
Oh. Cheers, Tracy. So yeah, yeah, I mean, got another year yet?
60.
50. It's you're 50 this year.
50 this year.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting what bloody haircut. I'm 59, not 60. Oh,
Hey, oh, I'm the one that's nearly 59, dear, not you.
I said you were. Yes, that up and down.
Yeah. So I'm
10 years.
yeah, I'm nearer the 60 mark than Chris is. Hiya, Shauna, how are you?
Help, Shauna Sparkle.
All the way from the land of Oz. So yeah, we're just talking about grey hair and age, and Johnny's pulling Chris's leg saying he's 60, but it's me that's closer to 60 than what Chris is. He's the big 50 this year.
See, I go backwards.
Live.
Forwards, me.
But this, while I think about it, Shauna, it's nice to see that you've done some baking. That's what I like to see. So I do. He says I'm 45 in March. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Chris is the big 50 this year, and I'm 59 this year. So yes, I did see you post on Facebook, and it was lovely to see that you'd been baking. You know, me and I am the new 35. You keep wishing, Johnny. That's all I'm saying. Oh dear. If I keep the hair off. Yeah, well, Johnny's has all gone grey. Yours is, you've still got a bit of, you know, your natural hair. It's just at back and behind your ears where you can't see it. So yeah, I mean, Tracy started joining me on the Tuesday Live baking streams, and we made Mars bar cookies last night. Yeah, right. We'll just be saying, Shauna, Chris's perception of long hair is about a centimetre. Once this grows longer than a centimetre, his hair's long. I can grow full length hair if I... Well, that's a challenge for you, Johnny. So, yeah, leave it and let it grow as long as mine then, Johnny. So yeah, I mean, Chris likes his like grade 1, not fully bald, but you know, you sulky bugger. So yeah, but it's only grey at back and sort of round his ears, but you know, he has still got some like brown hair there, some. But I mean, it's like me, Shauna. I've let my hair grow, but it's in desperate need of a good cut because right ends is right, like strawy and, you know, like split ends, and, you know, I just need like a, you know, about that much cutting off it, and, you know, but I mean, if it oh, she says she loves making baked cheesecake. But yeah, I mean, if it weren't for, you know, what I put on my hair out of a bottle, I mean, I'd probably be totally grey. Just says his brother walked past the living room and he said, "Are you burning refreshers? Scented wax melt." I told him it's lemon sherbet. It was hilarious. But you see, it's good that it can sort of, you know, define what you know, what you're burning in your wax melt. You know, we knew what he meant, you know, and refreshers are lemon anyway. So, you know, it's so yeah, you know, Tracy joins me every Tuesday on the live baking streams. We made Mars bar cookies last night. I think we're making, was it apple cinnamon donut muffins or something? I don't know. Something like that. Anyway. Oh, I might make peanut butter cheesecake with ginger nuts. That sounds nice, Tracy. But you see, I only tend to make cheesecake sort of you know, if we're having it after Sunday lunch. Well, Chris is not exactly a fan of peanut butter either, Johnny. That's why I don't use a lot of it in my baking, because he's not a fan of peanut butter. But that tart thing that I had done, it's not got a lot, but it's like it's got a lot of flavours in it, if you know what I mean. These are all sticking together now. Hi, Andre. How are you? Yeah, apple donut muffins is what we're making on Tuesday. But I did peanut butter chocolate crunch pie. That's the one. Could you sometime link the muffin donut? What? It's basic. Do you mean you want it sending, Becky? Oh, hiya, Dr. Smith. How are you? Becky, I'll send it to you in a minute. But this one, peanut butter chocolate crunch pie, it's like a digestive base. And then you do like a peanut butter lay, but it's only not a very... I got some cream cheese needs using up, but what's with the peanut butter? I don't know. But yeah, this one, it's like a Rice Krispie type thing. I'll just have a look. It's okay. I got antibiotic wipes. No. I'll just see if I can find that recipe for Becky. But yeah, oh, I've got an itchy nose. But it's oh, I've got itchy nose now. At Christmas Eve, I made we in the US we call peanut butter cheesecake peanut butter pie. At Christmas Eve, I made a boiled fruit cake for the very first time. Everyone loved it. Well, there you go, Shauna. You know, it's like, until I started doing the baking lives, and then Tracy said she'd come on and join me. You know, she didn't get the bug, if you know what I mean, until after, you know, we'd sort of you know, but now it's like she does what I do. Sometimes if I'm down here 3, 2, 3 or whatever, you know, I bake in early hours. Now Tracy started doing it as well. Oh dear. So yeah, you know, it's a case of you know, beetroot bread here. I say, it says what's in season. I'm looking for that recipe for thing, and it says beetroot bread. Ugh.
Beetroot bread.
Beetroot bread.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, who fancies beetroot bread? I mean, yeah, beetroot on a cheese sandwich, yeah. Oh, Shauna says my daughter wants me to make the baked cheesecake for her wedding. So yeah, I mean, it's all right. It'll probably be in a bit, but Wakey is all this on about beetroot, Shauna. It goes on and on and on about it. But it's not giving me option to show. I'm looking at the wrong place. But yeah, it is a beetroot fanatic. Are you buzzing? It's all right. I'm looking for I've sent it to you, Becky. Suppose the bread's just, yeah. Well, it's not red. It's like a pink colour, Johnny. But who beetroot bread? Yeah, but it's a funny looking bread, whatever it is. It's not like a red. It's like a pinky, purpley.
Probably had it. Didn't mind try it.
You know, it's more like a pinky, purpley colour, which would, you know, it's beetroot. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying, Johnny, I either like beetroot on a salad or on a cheese sandwich, but that's, you know, not beetroot bread. I mean, the in one of my cookery books, there's like is it beetroot brownies or something? I thought, you know, bacon and beetroot don't come in the same sentence. You know what I mean? You know, it's our class beetroot as a vegetable, not as a sweet thing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's I won't put anything beetroot related in a cake or a cheesecake or in a tray bake or whatever bake. You know what I mean? I wouldn't use beetroot in any
fish cake.
Eh?
Fish cake.
But the thing, but you see, the thing is, no, it's It's not two of the things I put together, you know, bacon and beetroot. You see, he's been watching because he's put what kind of a deranged individual will put beetroot into a bread recipe. There you go. That just proves my point. Red racist. Poor beetroot. You know, me's on it. I tell it as I see it. I would not put bacon and beetroot in the same sentence. So yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, it's all right. If you wanted to know how it come about, Wakey, Becky wanted the apple donut muffins recipe, and while I were on the site, it says trending beetroot bread. You know what I mean? Keep it safe in jars, lads. We got one here. Oh dear. I'm not saying I don't like it, Johnny. I do, but in its right place. I saw Glasshopper. So yeah. So when I don't know it where it says, oh, you should send that recipe to Wakey. It might have been Amjad, I can't remember. Oh, it was Tracy, sorry, Amjad. It was Tracy that says send it to Wakey. So there you go. I'm not getting Amjad into trouble unnecessarily. It was Tracy that says, yeah, send that beetroot bread recipe to Wakey. It's all right, Tracy. I just looked back in chat. So yeah, you know, but no, I wouldn't ever bake anything with beetroot in it. Yeah. It's all right. I were blaming you for saying send Wakey recipe, but I look back, Amjad, and it was Tracy that said it, not you. Mine's next to the vinegar, lol, brothers, sort of. Are we having a beetroot debate then? You see, this is why it's called Whatever Wednesday, because we talk about whatever we, you know. That's okay. But you know, when I'm wrong, Amjad, I always admit I'm wrong. So here's me admitting I were wrong to blame you, and it was Tracy Sarsons. We just have Astor's. Smart price if you can get it. Yeah, she were only joking. But you know, but put it this way, Johnny. Beetroot is internationally the same thing in every country. Beetroot's beetroot, wherever you go in the world. So I'm just saying, you know, that's one thing that it's got going for it. The fact of the matter is, it don't matter whether it's Australia, America, Timbuktu, or wherever you go, beetroot's beetroot. So that is one thing that it's got going for it. But yeah, you know, how can I put it? It's internationally acclaimed. Yeah, beetroot's beetroot, whatever country you know you go to. It might be said in a different language, but beetroot's beetroot. But the thing is, Johnny, it's like Shauna's in Australia. Now, I don't know, I think it's about 10 hours they are in front of us. America's 5 hours behind us. Hiya, Steve.
Steve Ball.
Well, him and Callum between them, Steve. I mean, Tracy sort of sent me a message today and I said I'd only had about 2 or 3. Well, I'd had one and then I had another one and then I had another one earlier on. So I've had 3, whereas they've had about 6 each. So Tracy sort of sent me a message and said, put some aside for yourself. But yeah, they're going down very fast. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to get in. I mean, you know, Laurie that comes in here occasionally. I think she streams on a Thursday and a Saturday. Not sure about Sunday, but she don't start till 7 p.m. her time, so that's like midnight here. I'm on the phone with the doctor. So it's hard to, you know, to get where you want to be or whose streams you want to go in because of the time difference. She did tell me that she'd sent 8 to Keena's boyfriend. And his mother went and got all and that Keena's boyfriend's mum had got all the things and says, when you're free to come and make them some. So Tracy's, you know, getting more popular than what I am because nobody asked me to make them. Well, they do, but so yeah, so Keena's boyfriend's mum wants Tracy to make her some. Delivered Tracy's tins via flying carrier bags. That was a good one, Johnny. Oh dear. But yeah, you know, it's that sort of made me tit to myself, you know. Tracy said she sent a recipe, and I thought, well, if she sent a recipe, then why don't have a bash at making them yourself, you know, rather than sort of expecting Tracy to make them for her. You know what I mean? No disrespect or anything, but we are in a lockdown, you know what I mean? To be carrier bag sewing profit. But yeah, you know what I mean? I thought to myself, you know, she's expecting Tracy to bake them for her. Tracy's sent a recipe and everything. She's got all the ingredients. So what's stopping her from making them? You know what I mean? But this is what I'm saying is, until you try, till you gain that confidence. Oh. But this is the thing, Tracy. We've all got busy lives. Yeah, I know, I can understand she's got 5 kids, but if anybody watches the live stream back and they see how easy it is to make them, you know, you can whip them up in an hour. But I understand what he's saying. I can understand what you're saying, but you know, it's we've all had to start somewhere, let's say. You know, me and Chris, I can't say we've got time on his hands. She gave me a 30p special, gonna go out and how's it? I told her I'll send you the video. But you know, I mean, I mean, I'm in no place to say anything to anybody. But you know, I mean, when all's said and done, we've all got things that, you know, in his lives that but can I put it, Tracy? Yeah, you probably would have. You know, all I've done is gave you the confidence to do what you love doing. You know what I mean? Yes, I did. The thing is, Amjad, on Zoom, you only get 40 minutes free. If you want any longer than 40 minutes, you've got to go to the paid version. You know what I mean? I did look into it, and I did look in. You see, I even looked on this. You know, when there were Google Hangouts, and we all used to use Google Hangouts, I even looked into this new. It's Google Meet or something. So yeah, I did look into it, but I mean, what I'm about to say, don't take it the wrong way, Johnny or Tracy, but when Tracy was using Johnny's camera, we never had a problem. But since Tracy's been using the new camera, that's when the problem started. Now, I've had exactly the same thing. I ordered an HD camera off Amazon because I'd got a camera, but the sound were crap on it. The picture were fine, but the camera were crap. The camera were fine, but the sound were crap. So I ordered myself an HD camera, and I was actually looking at the one that Johnny bought Tracy, right? But you must admit, Johnny, what I'm saying is true. All the time Tracy's been, hi partners. All the time Tracy were using your camera, we've never had a problem. Now, since she's had her own camera, and with it being HD, you see some laptops, PCs, ain't got the capability that camera needs. So why don't you do a swapsy and let Tracy on a Tuesday use your camera and you have Tracy's camera? Why don't you do a swapsy just for Tuesdays? But I was saying I was trying to rack my brain last night, and I looked into the Zoom thing, and I even looked into the Google Meet thing. But I had exactly the same problem with my HD camera, Johnny. It were freezing, it were buffering, blah blah blah, you name it. And Chris says, I don't think your laptop has got the capabilities for that camera. But you know, I sort of, you know, when I come down here every morning, I rack my brains about things, and it's exactly the same problem as I had with my HD camera. But up until you getting Tracy that new camera, we've not had a problem at all. But it makes sense what I'm saying. It's that camera, you know. We never had a problem when Tracy were using your camera. But since she's been using this new camera, she's only used it 2 weeks, and you know, we've had the same problem both weeks. So, you know, if at all possible, can you do swapsies on a Tuesday and let Tracy use your camera? You know what I mean? I've got my camera, and I've got I'm trying to find it. It's all right, it's here somewhere. Because I did try it again on one of the live streams, and even before I'd gone live, it
Whatever you do, don't plug it in.
no, I'm not. I'm just gonna shut. So yeah, so this is basically the camera that I bought myself, and it's more or less exactly the same. Yeah. Enough off, Chris. I built my computer, lol. But you see, this works fine on Chris's because he's got a desktop PC. Right. Now this works fine on Chris's computer. But on laptops or whatever, it don't work. Now this is more or less exactly the same as what Tracy's got. But it's not compatible, and this is an HD camera. So yeah, because it's got a dual microphone. It's only difference is with Tracy's, it's got that flat over thing, over lens job. But yeah, works fine on Chris's what's the majiggy? Yeah, exactly, Johnny. But you see, what I was saying to Chris last night, the 2 weeks that she's been using it, that's when problems started, when Tracy started using a new camera. Now yours has worked fine previous weeks. So if it's just for the baking stream, I mean, yeah, you can swap back whenever after that. We'll try it out anyway on Tuesday. Just swap over, and you borrow yours and she can borrow yours, and we'll see how we go. But yeah, but the 2 weeks that, you know, since Shauna on her phone, I psychic. But yeah, so it's worth a try, you know, just sort of to prove my point is that when she was using your camera, we never had any problems. Since she's been using a new camera, that's when it sort of started freezing. New York-based cheesecake. I objecting to her air comment, nothing, lol. Oh dear. Oh dear. But it is what it is, Johnny, you know. Men go bald, end of story, you know what I mean? Men go grey, end of story. Us women get our colour out of a bottle, end of story. Eh? Well, it's true. Us women get his hair colour out of a bottle. She says, nah, Johnny, not on my phone, lol, it's flat. I'm on my PC. You know what I mean? Straight facts here. Men go bald, men go grey. Us women get his colour out of a bottle of a certain age. Just stating facts. Oh dear. I'm not going to put something else then. Oh God. Does anyone want their stars reading? No. Hiya, Jamie. How are you?
Oh no, Scott!
It's all right. I'm just laughing at what Chris I did. He went like a platinum blonde. Oh my God. He looked like one at Bros. Yeah, it were a lot. We have got photographic evidence somewhere of him with his hair. Like, honestly, it were a bright platinum blonde. He did insist on me colouring it for him. He wanted to go blonde, but big mistake. Oh dear. I was Luke. Gosh, yeah, you wish. You wish he'd got his money. Or money
I
he
ain't
did.
got none,
Oh,
Ma.
oh, I says all the. If you wait a minute, I was going to say all the money that they did have. Oh dear.
Didn't have none, did they? And then they lost it all.
But yeah, that was one of the epic dying failures. Well, it weren't a failure on my part, you know what I mean, but it were on Chris's part, you know what I mean. Oh dear, it took ages for it to grow out. And then he looked like a porcupine. Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, believe it or believe it not, I've been all colours. I've been all colours under the sun. I've been blonde. I've been black. You know, you name it, and I've had different colour hairs, and I must say that the blonde didn't suit me. The blonde didn't suit me either. Oh, Shauna's going to shave her hair bald for the money raised Cancer Council. A blonde porcupine like. But yeah, I mean, good on you, Shauna, you know what I mean. But I'd get skinned alive if I shaved all mine off. By a certain Miss Bella. Hello, Bella, by the way. Miss Bella had skinned me alive if I shaved all mine off. Although it's in a good cause, but yeah, I've never ate last of it. But you know, I don't think I'd suit the bald look anyway. I'm just saying. You know. Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, Shauna, because my mum died of cancer 3 years ago. So, you know, when we held the funeral, and we didn't have flowers, only from close family, and basically all the donations were split between Macmillan Cancer and the Marie Curie Trust. Yeah, but it suits some people better than others, Amjad. This is what I'm saying, you know what I mean? But blonde hair don't suit me, and it definitely don't suit Chris. So yeah, it's some people suit the look and some people don't. Now my sister's a natural blonde. You know, obviously it's going to suit her because she were a natural blonde. Blonde don't suit me, but it's like a certain skin tone don't suit blonde hair. You know what I mean? Yeah, Bella's just more like I'd call it like an ash blonde. You know what I mean? But believe it or believe it not, Amjad, Bella's hair is naturally this colour. You know what I mean? She's not a natural blonde. But, you know, whereas it suits Bella, blonde, it suits some people and then others it don't. You know what I mean? And I'm just one of them that it don't suit blonde. So yeah, you know what I mean. This is what I'm saying is it suits some people, but not others. I'm all of, you know, it's all about the complexion. You know what I mean. I've got a very pale complexion, so. Johnny's having a go at Shauna because she said it were blonde and not grey. Oh dear. Oh, I won't know about that really. Amjad says I think Carly uses blonde hair extensions, but you know, I mean, this is what I say about myself. Oh, sure, Keena's been in and out of bed. Oh dear. But you know, it's like I think it all goes, or it all depends on the skin tone. You know what I mean? If you've got like I've got a very light skin complexion, so a blonde won't suit me because you know, I suit darker hair. I mean, I'd I bet he's been rolling his trousers up and having a look. But yeah, you know what I mean. It's I think it all goes on the complexion of a woman's face. You know what I mean? And I just don't suit light hair. I mean, I've been black, I've been brown. You know what I mean? You know, blonde only suits, you know, a certain complexion. You know what I mean? It's calling you boyo now. Hey, I tell you something, I'm going to let you in on a secret. Chris has even got grey chest hairs. Oh dear. A bashing via Tracy. Tracy, you need to give Johnny a bashing for me. He's been giving me a hard time. But yeah, Chris is even his chest hairs is grey. Yeah, I mean, I've had that same as well. You know, my natural hair. Well, going back to my childhood, I was ginger, but as I got older, it went like a massive browny colour, strawberry blonde. So it went brown. So then I started having like blonde highlights in. One time I was at my cousin's house. My cousin said, "Have you got silver highlights on your black hair?" I said it was my grey hair. Oh my God, I couldn't stop laughing. Oh dear. But it's you know what I mean? It's the nature of life, that is, you know what I mean? Some people go grey early, some people go bald early, you know what I mean? Shauna says, yeah, pull the leather leggings, please, jingle bells. Oh dear. But you know, this is what it's all about, you know, having a laugh. And this is why I call it Whatever Wednesday, because we talk about anything and nothing, you know what I mean? And talking about hair and grey hairs and haircuts and, you know, but yeah. Got a string at the back. Oh dear. Wakey says this plays Benny Hill theme. Yeah, you know, I tell you what I always wanted, but I've never been brave enough to do it, is when I had my hair black, I wanted actual red highlights, you know, the colour red, not this is pink, but red highlights on black hair. But I was never brave enough to do it. I thought, well, why fix something if it's not broken? Shauna made some remark about when I says I cut Chris's hair. Shauna says she's laughed that much that the mouth and cheeks are sore. But yeah, we got up as we do, got on about hair colour and whatever. And Johnny you know, about grey hairs, and you know, she made some remark about it's not grey, it's blonde. So something to that effect. You know what I mean? But you know, I used to have gold highlights in pure white hair, but that was natural. Oh, but yeah, you know, I for some reason I wanted these proper red, and I mean bold red highlights when I had long black hair, but I were never brave enough to do it. Now just grey and silver, I've been demoted. Oh dear. But sort of when I sort of brought it up to somebody, and they says, well, you do realise that your red highlights will fade a lot quicker than what your black will. Pardon me. I went purple 2 years ago. But yeah, so sort of with that advice, do I really want to see, you know, keep paying to go and have these red highlights done like every 4 to 6 weeks while my black's still going strong? And because with red being a bright colour, it fades a lot quicker than what the black would do. But funny you should say that, Amjad, but I was thinking other day, and I thought, I wonder if I bought some curlers, or I'd like sort of like the, how can I put it, like the ringlet look, but loose, if you know what I mean. Wakey said he used to be able to sit on it before it fell out. It comes to us all, Wakey. It comes to us all. I've noticed as well. No, it was a pink rinse. Get it right, Wakey. It rather a blue rinse or a pink rinse, not red, pink. Yeah, it's sort of a ringlet effect, but very loose. Not a tight ringlet, you know, but like a loose. I know I'm thinking about buying some sort of medium-sized rollers, or do you think I ought to get one of these things that, you know, these heated like a, you know what I mean? I mean, if you look back on some of me baking vlogs, Amjad, I've got black hair on them. So yeah, you know, and one Christmas I just decided to have it all cut off, and I had it all stripped back, and that's when I went back to brown.
Bobby, you got me some glasses?
My poor old nan used to have the blue rinse after it go out. She was white as snow. But yeah, it were a big thing here in the UK once upon a time. It either a pink rinse or a blue rinse. It's all right, what Chris has just said. He went to bought a new light bulb today for the passage. And it's like a Belisha beacon, I'm telling you. It's very, very bright.
It is very, very bright.
So I says to Chris, I says, well, with all rain that we're having, it'll come in handy, because ships that are passing, you know, it'll be like a lighthouse, you know, showing them the way. Oh dear. Yeah, it were when we were at Bella's, and it were It were bright. It were black. It were like a brown colour that I'd just put them over there.
Oh, it's light.
Yeah.
Light's bright.
So yeah, we were once when we went over to Bella's, and she says, "Oh well, if you," because we were talking about colours, and I says, "Just put that over there as well," and I'll. And she says, "Well, if you bring it with you, I'll do it for you." Chris says, "Can you imagine the moths in the summer around that light bulb?" I hope it's a good job Cam phones weren't around when Chris had his, like, you know, blonde. You know what I mean? He said, Johnny says he prefers flamingo pink, but that's not a joke, a rocker moment. But yeah,
Southside.
Oh dear. But yeah, that's where he says when he went in there, and he says, "God, I need my sunglasses."
It's too bright. It's there. I can see it from upstairs.
Oh dear. Oh dear, says, "I'm sure that blonde eye was a luminous." Luminous. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you look back at some of my old baking vlogs that Amjad, I have got black hair in some of them. But yeah, this particular, it was just before Christmas, and I thought to myself, do you know, I got fed up washing my hair, blow drying it and everything, and then it just looking like a scrag end. You see what Johnny's put?
What?
Biker jacket, camo pants, army boots, look like a set of golf clubs hiding in an edge. Yeah, and I did have a fringe as well. Yeah, I did have a fringe. But you see, that was one of the things that I wanted this time, Tracy. But Bella told me off, and she said, "You're not to cut it, you're not having a fringe, it suits you better without a fringe, blah blah blah," you know what I mean? Well, anyway, going back to this it was just before Christmas, it was about November time, and I just got fed up. I just washed my hair, I just blow dried it, and it still looked like a scrag end. So just Google scrag end, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Help.
So I says to
I'm getting some light bulbs for every room in house.
So anyway, I sat here and I said to Chris, I've made a decision. But you see, Chris loved me with long black hair. You know, don't get me wrong, he loved me with long black hair. So I says to him, I says, you might not agree with me what I'm going to suggest.
You want a cookie?
Yeah.
What?
Is that it again, Callum, with cookies? I'm going to count them before we go to bed, Callum, and make sure you don't come down and nick one. Still.
Want another?
Yes, please. So, going back to the story, I says, "You're not going to like the decision I've come to."
Nearly.
Johnny says, "Give me 5 more years and I can go up to Hulk Hogan and laugh at his skinny arms." But anyway, so I says, you're not going to agree with what I've got to suggest. I says, but I says, one, I says, I'm having my hair cut. I says, and when I mean cut, I says, I'm having it cut short, like a pixie. You look, it's sat teasing, look, because he's eating a cookie. So I says, I want it short. I says, in like a pixie haircut. I says, I'm going to have it all stripped back. I says, I'm going to go back to brown with blonde highlights. You know. So he says, well, it's your hair. He says, you know, you do whatever you want. I says, I'm just fed up. I says, I'm not being able to do anything with my hair. You know, I says, and you know, I says, I sit here ages blow drying it and whatnot. I says, and it looks like a right mess.
That sounds a bit ominous.
Back time I've done.
That sounds a bit ominous.
So I says, I've made my decision. I'm going to do it. And I did. Now, that picture that I had up as my profile picture before I put this one up, that was took in the hairdressers. Now, when I went into hairdressers and I suggested it to the hairdresser, you know, she were unsure. You know, and I says, I want it all stripping back. I says, I want it oh, don't worry about it, Shauna, because it's same here in UK. You see them with fluorescent purple hair and all sorts. Round
pink hair.
Yeah. Anyway, so when I went into hairdressers and I told her what I wanted doing, I says I want black hair gone. I says I want it going back to my more natural colour, like, which is a brown. I says I want it cutting short. I says and I want blonde highlight. Like, you know, I used to have it. You know, are you sure you really want to do this? And I says, yeah. So as she weren't sure, and that coming from an hairdresser, you know, she weren't sure I were making the right decision. So anyway, I says to her, I says, I want to save my ponytail. I says, because my husband's bald. I says, and I want to stick it on his head. And you know,
Mom,
you know, it's still a bit of a joke, you know, because I've still got
big show.
Yeah, I've still got the actual ponytail that she cut off. So she started by cutting ponytail off. So anyway, she says, I've got to sort of put peroxide on it to strip the black out of it. You know, it'll make you go blonde, but it, you know, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, she dyed it all, put the, you know, blonde highlights in, and then blow dried it. And she just sat looking at me afterwards. She sat, you know, she's just stood and looked at me, and she says, I says, what? She says, do you know something? She says, I were a bit unsure at first. She says, when you told me what you wanted to do. She says, but she's, hi, Laurie, how are you? She says, but I think you made right decision. She says, because it's made you look 10 years younger. So, so yeah. So, you know, that's sort of hence the reason. And then obviously we've been in lockdown, so I haven't been able to get to hairdressers or anything, or, you know, so I've just let my hair grow. But yeah.
No, I let Matt, I think.
Oh dear. But yeah, you know, it's all in the complexion, you know what I mean? We were just talking about you, Laurie. We were talking about we can't always get in each other's live streams because of the time difference. You know, Shauna's in Australia, so they're like 10 hours in front of us. You're like 5 hours behind us, so we can't. But the thing is, Johnny, when you say, you know, you act bad, but that's just you. You know what I mean? We all have different. Oh, you've been off to YouTube for a while. I didn't think I'd saw you, you know, your live streams and whatever. Because same as I say, I sort of like to go in yawn, but it's very rarely I can get to, because it's like midnight our time when you go live, you see. So you know what I mean, it's this time difference, you know, when we've all sort of lead busy lives. And I know what you mean, Laurie. I were off biggest majority last week because I've had a bad back.
Yeah, Laurie.
Exactly, Johnny. And this is what I always say, because Johnny says these chats help me deal with life, break away from the madness. You know, Amjad said the same thing, and I said this to Amjad yesterday. I really needed that laugh on Monday evening, and you helped me laugh, you know, and blah blah blah, you know. And this is, you know, we've all had, you know, this is it. You know, we've all got different personalities, and you know, I mean, it's like I always say. I mean, I can be serious. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I can be serious, and I always think of you're laughing on outside, but you're crying on inside. Now that's sort of sums me up. You know, sometimes I feel like I've got to put on this brave face, and I've got to be strong for everybody else. You know what I mean? But oh, you're only doing a lot lives on a Saturday, right?
Or let's just had a bit of beer.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's we've all got different personalities, and that what makes us mesh, if you know what I mean. And the fact that like last going back to not this Mondays, but Mondays before that, I was very emotional on a live stream, and I think that's when this sort of problem with my back started, because I was very emotional.
How can you get emotional from your back?
Because it makes you feel down, and
inside.
Yeah, because of the pain that you get, it has a knock-on effect, Callum, and it makes you feel down or depressed or whatever, you know what I mean? But you know, after the live on Tuesday evening, the baking live, I got up Wednesday morning, and the pain was that bad that I could hardly walk. And I think because I was in so much pain, that affected my mood as well.
There's plenty in there, Tucker.
Johnny's bartering again. An ice hug for a candle. But it's like, you know what I mean. Same as I dirt rider.
Dirt rider in the house.
Sure, you need a panty dropper drink.
Is that Johnny?
No.
Was it working?
But the thing is,
Dirt rider.
You know what I mean. Because of my health issues, I've not been anywhere. I've stayed in. You know what I mean?
Because of pandemic.
And I keep saying this to everybody, and I can't say it enough. YouTube and doing live streams is my way of socializing with the outside world. You know what I mean? Johnny's put who's Shauna getting serious, eat you softy top. But I mean, you've just said it yourself, Johnny. You act about, but you've got a soft side. And I think, you know, You have elf issues. I don't like gnomes or whatever. But this is it, Shauna, and you know, when I says coming and doing these lives, it's my socialization with the outside world. Let's just say.
Basically, she's not going out because of the pandemic. Let's just put it simple.
You know, and it's but you know, how I felt last week, I think it had all come to an edge. You know, I were in that much pain with my back. It were affecting, you know, I couldn't hardly walk, and that had a knock-on effect with my mood.
See, Mum, it's probably because you're tired of lockdown.
Yeah, it was. It's just one of them things, Callum. Yeah, I'll see you in the morning, Callum.
See you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Good night, chat.
Johnny's put, I've been out 3 times today. Kiss my butt, Boris Essentials-ish. But yeah, you know what I mean. It's it like has that knock-on effect. You're in pain, so that has an effect on your mood. Shauna says, night, young lad. That's Callum, by the way, Shauna. Johnny's put West Side Callum.
Johnny.
Yeah.
South Side.
Laurie says, good night, Callum.
Who?
Laurie.
Good night, Laurie.
So Steve says, I think I'm here. Not too sure. But yeah, you know, it's like these are crazy times, and you know, and I think that a lot of people are suffering with the mental health because of it. You know what I mean? But it's like we all say, you know, we'll get there. We're fighters. We'll get there. You know what I mean? Shauna says Callum is a lovely boy. Are you sure about that, Shauna? I'll send him over to Australia, and you can tell me in about 6 months' time. Yeah.
Thank you, Shauna.
Well, don't you want a holiday in Australia? She lives in Tasmania in Australia.
No.
A bit like his dad.
Yeah, lovely boy, a bit like his dad.
No. Well, he looks like his dad. That's, you know, where we draw the line, you know what I mean? But yeah. I'll send him to Shauna in Tasmania in Australia for 6 months, and you know, when he comes back home, Shauna, tell me if he's a lovely boy then.
Oh, thank you, Mum. You too.
You know, I'm only joking.
I know.
Chris, this hasn't been had an hearing for a while.
Coffee water.
Tasmania is a lot like the UK. He's definitely coming then, Shauna.
UK too.
Box him up with some air holes, your dad says. So if it were left up to your dad, Callum, you'd be stuffed in a box with just poking holes in a box. Oh, that's good news then. Steve says, oh, damn, the doc says I'm eligible for new lungs. Holy crap. But yeah, so he is. He's very nice, Shauna. He's very polite, you know. Yeah, you can ask Tracy. Tracy and Johnny's met him. You know, Bella will tell you. Oh dear, Johnny says Keena's kicking off again. 10:30. You see, Callum's only going to bed early because he's up at 7 in the morning because he's like got a full day online learning tomorrow, remote like learning. But yeah, I mean, I've lost my lighter now. You know, all this shit.
She was lighting light bulb in. your cigarettes at end at light.
Yeah. But so it's just a matter. Everything's scary when you have to go under knife, Steve. But you know you managed last one, so I'm sure you'll you'll surpass this one. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, Johnny will tell you, Callum is a good kid. He's very polite. He's very, he's got good manners. Takes after his mum with that. You know, just saying.
Yeah.
But I get what Johnny's saying about it. You know, first they off school for 6 months, then they're back at school, and then they're off school again, and back at school and off. You know what I mean? It's do I have to explain that one to you, Steve? Well, Chris is better explaining it to you. They shove a tube down somewhere. Oh, he's got to put him to work next time he comes over.
Oh.
He says what happens if I'm on the table and I have to use the bathroom. So, yeah, I mean, you don't want me to explain in graphic detail, do you, Steve, really?
There'll be a video on YouTube on it about it.
got some gutters need clearing. Yeah. Well, put it this way, he's nearly as tall as Johnny. When I say nearly, not quite, but nearly. Get a bucket. No. You know, it's got something to do with the male anatomy where they shove a tube down. You know, I'm not going into any more graphic detail. They've said until at least March. Whether or not it's true, I don't know. But it's like under constant review, let's just say. You're doing good to, oh dear.
Hey, good money that.
But well, no, it has to go down. It goes down the man's anatomy from the top down.
It goes up, across, and then down. So you're both right in a way.
Both of them sound okay, Amjad. Yeah, exactly, Steve. He says I made it through 5 bypass heart surgery. Yeah. But, they're supposed to review it every so often. So I think they're going to review it. And if numbers is coming down, they might allow them. You know what I mean? It's a lot of ifs and whats. You know what I mean? And maybes, and you know what I mean. God, a long while since I heard that one, Johnny. He says I shut up about it all. It's getting on me threatening bits. That is
Two bob bits.
Yeah, that is an old Yorkshire saying.
Crikey. My nan used to say that. Threatening bits.
So anyway, we'll go back onto air situation and so yeah, he's on about doing like, because he's got like a wax melt group and whatever on Facebook, and he's on about doing like a weekly video on it. You know what I mean? No, we're on about totally different things. It's called a catheter, Wakey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it goes down, not up. It goes down. Got to keep it Yorkshire at all sides. Whoop, even south side. No, you don't ope anything, Steve. No, I'm not having you talking like that. You're gonna make it. But yeah, we're talking about a catheter goes up where I live. Well, you know, you must be different from everywhere else then, because the catheter goes down a man's bits. It goes up a lady's bits, but down a man's bits. Yeah, you tell him, Shauna. Shauna's in Australia and she'll hunt you down, Steve, if you keep talking like that. No matter what you're in. No, a catheter in a woman goes up, but a catheter in a man goes down. Oh, that's a threat, Steve, that you don't want him to carry out. There's nothing up with them. It's just that they keep disappearing fast. Callum's just had another one. That's about 60th that he's had today. Yeah. So, yes, you don't want Chris turning up on your doorstep, Steve, in a thong. Trust me. Definitely not. Yeah, no, you definitely don't want Shauna turning up on your doorstep, Steve. Definitely not. She's a force to be reckoned with, is Shauna. No. You know, you've been good. You've been sort of eating sensibly. Yeah, she does. She don't live in Tasmania for you've heard it, Tasmania devil. Well, Shauna's the epitome of the Tasmanian devil. Oh my, Jeanette knows me too well. Yeah, so you've got Shauna. If you don't stop talking like that, Steve, Shauna's going to show up on your doorstep, and Chris is going to turn up on your doorstep in his thong. Now, either of them you don't want. Trust me, Steve. Oh, just saying, and you know me, I say it as it is. Oh, there you go. Wakey calls his bike Taz. There you go.
Right.
Did you just say Chris was in a thong? No, he says he's going to turn up on your doorstep in a thong. That's well and truly locked away under lock and key, his thong is, Steve. But he's got one, so just be warned. So there you go. But Shauna actually lives in Tasmania in Australia, so yeah. I'll just pull the plug and walk over, lol. So yeah, so you've been warned, Steve. Book your ideas up, and that's from me. So sly as a fox. Oh dear. Well, these foxes in this country, Sean, aren't all that sly.
Yeah, the greedy gate.
So yeah. Johnny says mine's got a bow tie on it. Oops, did I say that out loud? Amjad says, one time I woke up at 3 a.m. because I opened the window a tiny bit. My brother went to the toilet, came back. It made me jump. I slapped him on the face by accident. I thought it were a ghost.
Steve can't get it that pick out of his head now.
Oh dear. Well, just remember that, Steve. Just keep thinking of that. And knowing Johnny, it is the truth. Chris has got love hearts on, by the way, Steve. No problem, Steve. You know what I mean? You know, we all care about you. You know what I mean? Oh, God. You definitely don't want him to dye his hair blonde. Was it from the Full Monty wardrobe? It is a bit similar. Yeah.
But it won't rip off unless you want it to.
Yeah. Yeah, and same as Shauna says, think of all laughs that we've give you. You know what I mean? It's never a dull moment. That's why I called it Whatever Wednesday, because we've talked about anything and whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, you don't want Chris turning up in his love heart thong. I don't know what I was thinking. I bought it him. But Chris is...
What were you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. Chris is a boxer short guy. So what made me think he were going to wear a thong? I don't know. Yeah, whatever goes Wednesday. But yeah, you know, it's not it's not in his makeup to wear out that goes up your butt crack. Put it that way. You know, he's one of these that, you know, nice and comfy, you know. Tucking his thong. Now, Steve, you don't want me to have nightmares, do you? That's... I thought he was a short boxer guy. Boxing? It's all right. Chris used to box. But yeah, it does own a thong. But I don't know what I was thinking about. I think I bought it, Your Honour. I think I bought it him for Valentine's Day, I think. But yeah, it's not one of these that like anything up his bum crack. You know what I mean? Not being too... is it the same colour? It's like a... I don't know. It's got red love hearts on it. It's been that long since I've seen it. Because... to be honest, he's never wore it. I mean, there is men that like wearing thongs, but Chris is not one of them. Gold thong with sleeves. Johnny likes to wear his ballet skirt when he wants to relax. Now Tracy's layering up cats out at bag. But yeah, you know, Chris always says, I'm built for comfort, not speed. You know what I mean? If I'll use his comfort more than anything. Mine are black tuxedos ones. Oops, I need to mute myself. Yeah. Well, we're talking about the underwear variety thongs, Shauna. She says our thongs over here are flip-flops. But yeah, we're talking about the underwear type of thongs. It's a kilt, oh my God, Tracy. Oh dear, even Chris is letting secrets out now. He says sometimes I go all commando. Oh wow, we're just about to read it. Then Amjad and it went up. Imagine if all you guys went in my wax cupboard at 3 a.m. taking all of them and I came down in a black dress, covered my face and make you guys jump. Oh God, all secrets is coming out now.
Don't get rid of sharp. We can blackmail
Oh
him.
yeah, yeah. Well, G-strings over here we call cheese graters. Oh dear. I'm Scottish Yorkshire just for this moment. I know it's the big pair of what you want fit, you know, more, and you still like to wear them. They're clean in your drawer. All right, Patrick. Oh, I tell you something. I tell you, I'm just going to make you laugh now. Klingon scrapers. Well, I think it were on Facebook, or it was something that somebody shared on Facebook. I think it were Kathleen. I think it was relation to Tracy. Now, there's this woman on YouTube, and brutally honest summer, I forget what her name is now, but anyway, she were, you know, one of these it were like a a stick-on bra that's supposed to push them up. Hiya, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin.
It says hello, Jeanette. Good night, Jeanette. Dinner calls. Oh dear. Anyway, so I was watching it. I was paying myself. You know, electrical tape works. Did I say that? But anyway, so she's, you know, not exactly flat chested, let's just say. She's got quite bigger than mine, put it this way. So imagine somebody with bigger than mine. Anyway, so she says, I've been asked to review this. And if anything, she is brutally honest. I forget what her name is. She's English. So she says, well, put it this way, she says, if all else fails, she says I can use them as earmuffs or knee pads. So anyway, she peels tape off first, because she did get in touch with whoever had sent to me. She says, you do know I'm like a summit double J, which is big. Anyway, so she'd got her reservations about it. So anyway, so she says, well, you know, she's got her reservations about it. So anyway, she starts by peeling this, you know, this stuff off at cups, and it had like got like, I don't know, like suction plastic stuff or something. Cut them apart, you have skull caps. So anyway, she sticks them on, and then there was this like toggle thing here in between. So she got like this toggle thing here. So she says, well, here goes nothing. And she pulls this toggle and she looks down and she says, well, my honest opinion is it's done that fall. I use them as Easter egg baskets. But anyway, so she looks down and she says, well, you know, looking down, she says, I've done everything it's told me to do. She says, and it basically, she says, lol, I sent that. I knew it was something to do with you, Tracy, but I was absolutely creasing myself. So she says, well, anyway, she says, good thing about these is, she says, they're good nipple protectors. Because she got these great big, you know, Bristols. But yeah, I absolutely creasing, and I thought to myself, you know, you couldn't write that sort of thing. But you know, she does these stupid reviews on things, you know. But yeah, I were in hysterics, Tracy, looking at it, and I'm thinking, even when she sort of held it up, and I thought, well, that's never going to work. Even when she like held it up before she tried it, I thought, well, that's never going to work. I don't think it'd work for me, and she's got bigger, you know, bristles than what I have. So, you know, I could tell right away that it weren't going to work. But it were a good laugh anyway. So, a word of warning, ladies. I saw that as well, Amjad, yeah. But honestly, I forget what is a YouTube channel name? I know it's Brutally Honest Summit or other. I know I can't remember the proper name for it. Go and watch it. She does these stupid things, you know, and basically she buys all sorts and she reviews them, but it's funny, you know what I mean? And she is English, you know what I mean? But yeah, I thought it were hilarious. You know, I thought to myself, I'll just stick with, you know, digging in your shoulder strap bras, you know what I mean? Because it's how can I put it? It you know, when you've got big boobs, you know, they hang south. Hi, Miss Chicks, how are you?
Hello, Miss Chicks.
You know, and it defies gravity to expect something like that to gear a push-up effect. You know what I mean? Just saying, you know what I mean? But yeah, I can't remember, and I know it's Brutally Honest something or other. Brutally Honest Summit review of yeah, we're not too bad. We're sort of talking about this. I saw it on Facebook, and I know it would. Oh, Miss Chick says it's a channel's 4th birthday today. Partner says you'd be better off with either plasters or duct tape. Yeah, I want it to. I mean, I don't get me. I've saw advertised. I mean, not on telly, obviously, because they won't do advertise this stuff. But I've seen some. I think it's on. Is it on Amazon? Well, I don't know. I can't remember. So anyway, and it's like these is like what you put on your, you know, on your bristles, and then you obviously you peel this backing off, you stick them on, and then you pull them up and stick them to your chest. So, and I mean, I've turned around to Chris and says, you know, I'm sure these inventors don't invent things with big-chested women in mind. You know what I mean? That just wouldn't work with somebody above 38C, let's just say. You know what I mean? They don't invent these things, and it sticks like a £10 weight to it. It says, oh, look, they're durable and they're washable and blah, blah, blah. And I says, yeah, that's all well and good. But, you know, they don't take into consideration us big-chested women. So yeah, you know, we all will in world, you know, they don't sort of, you know, have you tested them out on a big-chested woman? It's too warm for me. I left Queensland, Australia to get away from the heat. But anyway, so yeah, you stick them on your duty, and then you pull them up and stick it to your chest, and it's supposed to give you like an uplift. Oh, Miss Chicks, that made me laugh. I'm the opposite. I'm in the itty bitty titty committee. Oh dear. But yeah. And it's like, you know, it's Johnny's put me to, Miss Chick. But you know, yeah, hiya, Carl. I came in at the moment you said big breasted. We're talking about these. Well, we started talking about this. She's got a YouTube channel. I saw it on Facebook because she was brutally honest and she reviews these things. And it was like a stick-on bra thing, but it, you know, they don't invent these things for us that's got more than others. You know what I mean? While I've got, is it body tape by any chance? I don't know. While I've got you here, Carl, I've tried adding you on WhatsApp, but it's not letting me. Okie dokie then, Amjad. See you later, Amjad. But yeah, I've still got your number wrote down, but for some reason it's not letting me add you on WhatsApp. So it will like one that you stick on, and then it's got like this toggle in you know, in your valley, and you're supposed to pull on this toggle thing, and it's supposed to lift it up, but basically it didn't. Oh, you're +1. Yeah, I'll have to try that one then, Carl. But yeah, and then there's these other things that you stick on your you know, your udders, and then you like pull them up and stick it to your chest, and that's supposed to do the same thing. But I don't think they invent these things with us big busted women in mind. I'll try that one, Carl. I'll just write that down if I can find a pen. I've got a pen here somewhere. She says. You see, I've wrote your number down, but I remember +1. So, but yeah, you know, us big-chested ladies have a lot of problems where bras are concerned. You know, you think you men have got it hard, but you know, us, you know, us ladies with more ample figures have the biggest problems. You know what I mean? Getting a bra that fits properly, you know, having the desired effect. You know what I mean? Well, I'll tell you something. I'm going to make you laugh now. This was like typical Nottinghamshire / Yorkshire. My grandma used to call them over-shoulder boulder holders. So, yeah. Baby, do you need a... So, yeah. Over boulder shoulder holders.
I think I might be needing some of them.
And we used to laugh. You know what I mean? I think a stick-on bra would probably fall off me, but it's it's same. You know, you're sort of other end of the spectrum, Miss Chick. You know, it's either or. You know what I mean? Wouldn't a stick-on bra get sticky? But it's not like, you know, as a glue-on one. It's like got this, I don't know, it's like silicone stuff inside it. You know, it's like this silicone, you know, like these suction pad things. But you know what I mean? You know, it's either you're either too small or you're too big. You know, not everybody's, you know, Mrs. Average, if you know what I mean. Trust Johnny. This is our measuring for you, ladies. No charge. What are friends for? Do you measure by handfuls then, Johnny? But yeah, you know what I mean? It's either you get an ill-fitting bra that's either digging in your shoulders or, you know. Hey, did you notice his haircut? That's why we're going like that, eh? Is that why you were going? You know what I mean? You know, in old-fashioned times, you know, you used to go, you know, you need a cup because you've got a broad back. That's what they always told me. Got 3 tape measures. I warm them up first. Oh dear. Well, you know what Chris always says, Johnny. Okay, then, same to you, Shauna. Thank you for coming in. I'm glad we, you know, can do flexible. Thank you for coming in and take care and stay safe. You know what Chris always used to say? More than an handful's a waste. You know what I mean? You're welcome, Shauna. Oh, day. Have a good day, Shauna. So, I mean, I'm gonna tell you a truth now. If I'm indoors and I'm not going anywhere, I don't wear one. End of. You know, I'm like what Chris said. It goes El Commando. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting here. If I'm not going out anywhere, nobody's going to see me. I'm not going to sit here having it digging in my shoulders, etc. Just for the sake of it. You know what Chris says? Let them swing. That's a true saying. What Chris says, by the way. Oh dear. Hey, guess what time it is?
Oh.
I know. And don't time fly when you're having fun. But yeah, you know, you men aren't you men aren't the only ones that have these problems. You know what I mean? We all have his crosses to bear. Let's just say. You know, and in my case, it's not all vanity. You know, I'm same as Chris. I'm built for comfort, not speed. You know what I mean? But I'm all about comfort and whatever. So, you know, nobody's going to see me without a bra on. I don't leave ass. So, it is always fun, Kathleen. You know what I mean? We have right laughs. You know what I mean? Before you come in, you know, we're talking about everything and nothing. And night, Kath, night. Are you going as well, Johnny? See you later, Johnny.
Night, Johnny.
Yeah, I'll be going shortly anyway because I've done my 2-hour stint, so I only normally go on for 2 hours. But yeah, we have a laugh. We have, you know, I like to class us as like a little friendly community, you know, where we all know each other. You know, Tracy will tell you we have laughs. We, you know, I don't have any set agenda. I don't have a script, so we just go with the flow and talk about whatever we're talking about. You know what I mean? It has Miss Chick, you know, and that's why I called it Whatever Wednesday. You know, it's whatever, you know, whatever we want to talk about. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, I am in a minute, Johnny, but it says no. I thought you was. So, yeah, so that's the you know, the reasoning behind the name, Whatever Wednesday, is because we don't script anything. We don't, we don't have a set agenda. So we just, go with the flow and whatever comes to mind. You know what I mean? So, right, I am going now, guys. It's 11:05. I normally only go on for 2 hours. So I want to thank you for all the giggles, all the laughs, for all the fun that we've had. And I'll see you on Friday. So, Amjad wants me to call it Whatever Friday, but that don't have same to ring to it as Whatever Wednesday, does it, really? But anyway, I'll think of something. I'll think of something between now and Friday. So good night, everyone, and stay safe.
Bye.